Okay, welcome. This is Michael with Odyssey Dependable Computer Repair here in beautiful Southwest Montana, and we are going to install a hosted virus security solution on a client's computer, as well as get them set up with managed services. So for those of you who are watching this and wondering why you would want to do that, there's a big difference between a hosted security solution and a free security solution. Number one, they don't try to sell you stuff constantly. And the bigger reason is you actually get better security. The old adage, you get what you pay for, applies in software, services, and many other aspects of life. The two pieces of software we'll be using today happen to be Avast CloudShare, as well as the Terra Managed Services solution. The two can actually work side by side to provide both security protection, virus protection, as well as proactive preventive maintenance and avoiding problems. The two of them also have the ability to run reports and plan future usage, as well as potential upgrades that need to be done along the way. So if you want to have a really good handle on what's happening in your IT world, and you want to be able to plan and maximize productivity and make your dollars go the furthest, then this is a really good idea for you. So to start with, we are going to install the antivirus solution. I've already got the package created here. We're going to download it, and then we'll run it. It's a really good idea to remove any competitive antivirus programs before you start. I've actually created in this script a little utility that does that for us, but I tend to prefer not to trust the script to do everything that we're supposed to do. On this particular computer, the only security software running right now is Windows Defender, which we'll be okay with. As soon as Windows realizes that there's a new antivirus program installed, then it'll reconfigure Windows Defender so that the two do not conflict with each other. However, if you had, say, Norton or McAfee running on this computer, it would be a really good idea to completely remove that software before you install a hosted antivirus solution. The last thing you want is two antivirus softwares on the same computer trying to fight each other to be chief of the village. It never works, and it can really cause some annoying problems on your computer. When you're shopping for a solution, do your homework. Not every antivirus solution is the same. Not every hosted managed services solution is the same. And the companies that provide those services may not provide the same level of service, the same response time, and the same reporting abilities. So make sure you actually know what you're paying for and find a reputable company that you can build a relationship with. Even though the software is able to automate a lot of tasks, the relationship is really important because it still have to have that human component to interpret those reports and decide what the maintenance intervals are going to be and how to best utilize your equipment and your dollars for maximum productivity and minimize downtime. And right now, the installer file has actually already installed the agent as well as the premium remote control component. Again, that's an aspect of the managed services that you wouldn't get in the free version of the product that allows an IT provider to actually dial in and fix stuff. If you have a virus on your computer, and yes, even computers that have good virus protection can get viruses, the idea is to have the tools to remove that virus with minimal effort. And the joy of the computer world is learning how to wait. It's also a really good idea when you're implementing new security software to make a list of the programs and services that you use on a daily basis. Oftentimes, it's a good idea to create what we call exceptions in the software that will allow certain programs to do certain functions without interference by your antivirus security software. Again, that can just help cut down on annoyances and customer frustration overall. So it's kind of a learn-as-you-go solution. Oftentimes, we install it and test our applications and make sure everything's working properly. But if something is not working properly, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the end of the world. It just means we have to change some of the configuration options. The software has now finished installing. I am not going to reboot yet because that will disconnect our session. I will click restart later, and we will pick that up on the next reboot. All right, so the next piece you can see the little icon down there in the corner by the clock. That's our new Avast Business CloudShare icon. We want to see the icon just like it is right now. That means that we're functioning properly. If that icon ever has a red indicator or is flashing, then that's usually a bad sign. However, if you're using a hosted antivirus solution, oftentimes they're going to know as quick or sometimes even quicker than you are that you have a problem. On their end of things, they get alerts and notifications if a virus is detected or if you have any problems on your computer that need addressed. So what I did is I clicked on that status icon, and this is what pops up. It shows us that we're protected, we're running good. We can run a smart scan, which we'll do in just a minute. But I can click on these tabs on the left side and see how the different components that I've selected and the services that I've selected are actually doing. But before we get excited about that scan, we're going to go back over here to the files. We have one more program to install today, and that's the Managed Services client. And looks like we might be froze up, so we'll give it just a second. There we go. So what Atera is telling us is that this particular computer is missing a required Windows component, the .NET framework. This is a free component from Microsoft that many database-driven applications use. So we're just going to download that real quick and get it installed. Footprint is another important factor when you're researching security software. One of the reasons why I have selected the Avast CloudShare in combination with the Atera Managed Services agent is because of the small footprint both of those programs use on the computer. And by footprint, we're talking about how much RAM, processing power, and strain on the system itself these applications cause on a 24/7 daily basis. In other words, some security solutions out there, we won't name names, but some of the big boys on the block tend to be resource hogs, meaning that it'll actually slow your computer down just to run the software in the background before you even start trying to be productive with your computer. Another aspect of managed services that can be really helpful is staying up to date. So this particular Windows feature that we're installing right now can be susceptible to security vulnerabilities, and it's really important that all aspects of your Windows or even Apple, Mac, iOS devices be kept up to date. Otherwise, you can be potentially at risk for hackers, viruses, malicious software, identity theft, you name it. There's all kinds of fun risks out there that we run. Managed services is a huge help in the right direction for business owners as well as individuals to have peace of mind that their system is up to date with the latest security updates that their manufacturer for both hardware and software has provided. All right, so we are going to try the installer again now that we have all the required components. If you're unsure if it's time to upgrade your system, that's another useful aspect that these two pieces of software can help provide. We can generate reports that'll tell us if you're maxing out your resources on your machine. We can also find out time of day that your machine is being maxed out. We can find out what particular applications are causing the biggest strain to your computer. It can really help guide your process of determining future upgrades, when it's time to buy new software, when it's time to upgrade the computer, or maybe it can help you realize that your computer is just fine, but it needs attention and it needs somebody to go in there and clean up some applications that really shouldn't be running on there in the first place. So these green check marks tell us that the managed services has been successfully installed. So this computer is good to go. Thank you for joining us with Michael Manley and Odyssey Dependable Computer Repair. Today we taught you how to install a managed services as well as a hosted security solution. Join us next time.